You ready?
Yep.
Let's drink some wine. Hello, everybody. I'm Bryan Hinschberger.
And I'm Paul Hinschberger.
And we are the Wine Brothers.
Yes.
Yes. So, basically, I work for Bon Vivant Imports. We bring in wines, fantastic wines from Spain, and we bring in wines from Italy. Today, we're going to dive into Italy in the Piemonte or Piedmont region of Italy, which is the northwestern corner. Paul might share some fun little memories. Jerk. Of that region, but so
I
basically
backpacked through there a year ago.
Yeah.
So he's jealous.
Yeah, blah blah blah. So these wines are fantastic. Luigi Voghera is the house that we bring in from Piedmont. Luigi Voghera sits basically right in between. I mean, he is in Barbaresco country. So if you're familiar with Piedmont, I mean, there's so many DOCs, so many DOCGs. In fact, more than any other region throughout Italy. You know, more than Tuscany, more than Veneto. Piedmont is it.
It can be overwhelming.
It can be overwhelming.
But we're here to coach you through it.
So basically, in this town, or in the Barbaresco region, there's three main towns. There's Traiso, Barbaresco, and Nieva. And in the middle, smack dab in the middle, is a little village called Tetti. And that's where Luigi Voghera, the winery, sits. Luigi Voghera started 1974, so it's been around for a couple decades now. Wow. Unfortunately, Luigi has passed away, and Livio, his son, has taken over the family name. So Livio is making extremely quality. I mean, this house has always been quality focused, and Livio takes it to the extreme. He is, all naturally produced, very, very beautiful productions. And they really do the whole gamut of wines. Everything is estate fruit. So we're talking 50 acres maximum is their estate. And in fact, check out this cool picture of just kind of the hillside looking down. There's gorgeous vineyards. Everything is absolutely stunning. I want to live here, but I don't. Essentially, we're going to taste through a couple white wines, go into a few of their red wines. Paul, let's check out this Moscato. Yes. Moscato d'Asti. You've probably heard of this. Many of you probably drink it. Many of you may swear that it's the worst thing ever. However, I'm here to tell you that Moscato can be stunning, can be absolutely delicious. If you notice, definitely some bubbles in the glass. Little frizzanti. Why is that, Paul?
Well, sorry, I was lost in the wine. So they do similar. They do the Charmat method for making it bubbly, which is very similar to what we did,
like
Cava and Prosecco, where they
not Cava, Prosecco.
Oh, not Cava, that's right. Yes, of course. Prosecco, where they re-ferment in tank, and so it gets the bubbles in tank, and then they bottle it.
So it goes straight into the bottle from there.
Yes.
Moscato, coming from the Moscato grape, which actually, that Muscat grape is the most planted grape in all of Piedmont. As far as reds go, Barbera is kind of king. But overall, Moscato is massively, massively produced. Now, Moscato d'Asti essentially comes from a DOCG region around the Asti area. Italy's kind of funky with all of its DOCs and DOCG, where they're from. Delicious, huh?
Really good.
Yeah. And so this actually comes from the area of Asti, but they their estate sits within that area so that they can actually do everything estate. And, I mean, how often do you find estate fruit hand-bottled, hand-picked Moscato d'Asti? Unbelievable. 25-year-old vines here. Paul, dissect it. What do you got?
So, imagine biting into a fresh peach and pineapple at the same time, with a little bit of soda water to effervesce it. I mean, it's like some of the best Muscat. Like, it tastes like Muscat. Oftentimes, Moscato has its own flavor. This reminds me of like the Muscat grape, and in all its glory, with some lovely sparkling and mineral notes. Oh.
So guys out there who are going, yeah, but it's sweet. I don't dig sweet. So you don't eat chocolate? You don't like pies that your grandma makes? Like, what are you talking about? This is delicious. It is sweet.
Putting the smack
But
down.
I'm putting it down because if you say you don't like sweet, I call you, well, possibly a liar. Maybe you don't like sweet, but honestly, sweet wines can be absolutely delicious. Drink this as an aperitivo. Drink this as a digestivo. Drink this with dessert. Drink it with your mother.
Or girlfriend.
Or girlfriend.
This gets the ladies right here.
Nice thing about this is you can pound one of these real easy by yourself. 5.5% alcohol. In fact, by law, you can't go over 6.5%. So we're talking one of the most low alcohol wines. Goes down like butter.
Yeah.
Off of a
Wow.
smooth surface.
That was delicious.
Very, very fruity. Very, very clean. Acidic, bright, fun, bubbly, chilled, delicious. Said delicious twice. That's how good it is.
Doubly delicious.
Doubly delicious. Paul, rank this wine. What do you think?
Oh, shoot. I already kind of did it, I think. That it's...
And right pears. Delicious
pears. Definitely
pears.
pears. I forgot
Juicy
about the
pears.
yes.
Almost so good. Freshly canned pears.
The trifecta of fruit, pineapple, peach, and pear.
Smacking you in the face.
Yes.
It's so good. In fact, I will say this with confidence. I've had a lot of Moscato. And this is the top. And it also isn't cheap. It's, compared to some of the cheaper bottlings that are, 10, 12, 13 bucks, this sits closer to the $20 price point, but well worth it. In fact, guys, if you're kind of new to the wine, you want to go out on a nice little date, anybody loves this. So go ahead and give in to your sweet side. This is delicious wine. So moving away from the sweet, we're going into their dry white, Arneis. Arneis is a beautiful, beautiful grape that sits in Piedmont. Obviously this is kind of the big planting, but then there's several other things. There's Cortese, there's Arneis, and this is one of my favorite Italian white varietals. Now, as Paul's kind of taking this in, let me give you a little bit more background on Piedmont. Essentially, you've got the Alps right to the north, and then the Apennines, which kind of run to the south, kind of go down into the spine of Italy. Piedmont literally sits within 3 walls of mountains, which is amazing. Paul, was it amazing to go ahead and come over those Alps into Italy for the first time?
It was. I mean, it was pretty much cloudy the whole time, but
Yes.
it was really cool. I went through the Valley
d'Aosta.
Valley d'Aosta, and came into Piemonte, and like the Alps are just like right there, and it's awesome, and then the Valley d'Aosta is like Aosta. That's what I was like. That didn't sound right. Anyway, just like Piemonte is like rolling hills and beautiful vines everywhere. It's just like
Picturesque,
it's,
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
So, and then within that, the Po River kind of goes through. It creates this really, really fertile land. Not necessarily good for grapes. So what happens is all of the wine regions and the main spots where the wine comes from is kind of south of that river valley and perched up on hillsides. Southern exposure is great. Beautiful, beautiful things. But now we're into Arneis. Paul's already drank it. So essentially... the Arneis grape is kind of known as the white Nebbiolo, or the white Barolo grape. Fuller bodied, bigger textured, but really, really beautiful. What do you get?
I'm getting definitely the minerality. I'm getting chalk, pear, apple, peach pit. Kind of.
Ooh, and just almost this prickly attack on the palate. It's really, 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 really pleasant to swish around in your mouth. It kind of dances, a lot of different flavors. You hit it right on. Stone fruits. I'm even get some of that pineapple note too.
Yeah.
Some tropicalness to this, but the texture is great, and the minerality is just underpining. It just sits on the palate and really, really keeps it fresh. The acidity's bright. This is ideal with absolutely delicious seafood. Seafood, salads, toss this with whatever, and I'm going to do that tonight with a little salad, maybe a little panzanella salad, see how that goes, and kind of cut through some of that balsamic and tomato and deliciousness. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous wine. So Livio is producing these 2 amazing whites and does an amazing run of reds as well. So let's check those out.
Awesome.